In order to drive change, it is important to first and foremost start with education to establish a shared understanding. I emphasize shared because change is not something anyone can drive single handedly. Without any context, especially as we've seen how the history of many marginalized communities has been suppressed or erased, people may not understand why they need to commit to social justice, nor will they see that our collective liberation is intertwined and that oppression impacts us all. It's also important to devise actionable strategies that decenter the needs of the majority. We all need to recognize our complicity, our privilege, and our power, and only then can we move from awareness and intention to action.
My advice for those who want to drive change is to get the word out. Tell as many friends, colleagues, and family members about your idea. Seek out others who are equally passionate about the topic area. You can also make those connections by creating a Facebook or LinkedIn group. And once you identify your group, organize a meeting to get everyone together and start brainstorming ideas. Draft and document your group's vision and values, set clear goals, and break those goals down into smaller tasks. Just start small, don't overwhelm yourself, identify those quick wins, and once you deliver on those, that will help drive the momentum of your movement. So don't be afraid to take that first step to being the change you wish to seek. Good luck.
Well, I think driving change is easy to say, but much harder to do. I think the first thing is to understand that a lot of people are scared of change. Not to be scared yourself, but to be open-minded, to ask questions about the change that is being driven, but also to be clear and open. If you are the one driving change, then I think to be very clear, transparent and open to answer questions, but most importantly to listen to people and to empathise about how difficult change is to actually do properly. Because the key thing for me is you can have the best idea and the best change plan, but if you don't bring people with you, then nothing changes.
So the advice that I would give to future leaders who are wanting to make change is, one, to make sure you keep an open communication channel, both between those decision makers and those who are going to be impacted. Some of these things can be a very slow burner, so it's really important to make sure that you are channeling information throughout an organization or throughout a process, so those who are expecting to see change know that it's taking place and they can expect some great things to come ahead. The other thing I would say is to make sure that you do find a support system and you do take time for yourself. The subject of diversity and inclusion can be very mentally taxing, so it's important to make sure that you have enough support and you have enough time to take for yourself to kind of regroup and refresh, so that you can come back and you can keep going, you can keep fighting for better equality and equity for everybody.
Driving change for me starts with having an open mind. Open to challenging existing concepts and ideas and visualizing a different future, and open to understanding why difference exists and creating an environment where argument and criticism and empathy all have a place, a safe place to coexist, where change is an agreed outcome and not a forced byproduct. We shouldn't force change, but we must guide it. For me, it's always important to take people and teams on the journey with me, helping them to understand why it's important for change to happen and what we're trying to achieve together. Change isn't easy, especially for those who don't like change, but change created by one person and then many becomes a movement. And it's easier to change when lots of people are doing it together.